Hi, Gyanis. It's been a pretty long while since I've done any podcasting. Probably 8 to 9 months since I last recorded a major episode with one of the albums of JB Annis, and it's been a pretty, um, let's say, dissatisfactory, probably a very silent channel with regard to uploads. I've not uploaded a single video since then. So I'd say, yeah, a lot of things were going in the background, but it kept, what do you call, stinging me at the right places that I have a lot of people who have subscribed to my channel. I have a definite audience and I'm not catering to them and I'm not making meaningful content. That is one reason why currently at 2 a.m. in the night, I was struck by this idea that, okay, probably I can make videos of my own, narrating my experiences, describing my experiences of working in the corporate, having done my MBA from DU, which is probably the 27th best business school, DB. I still get a lot of queries on my LinkedIn that should I be joining this course or not? And I have this running joke at my campus that whenever somebody has this query, oh, you're supposed to join DB or not, Tripal is the first person to go to. You know why? Because I was almost on the verge of being rusticated during my first year because I had made a very, what do you call, bad, not exactly bad, but uh, there's this word that I'm unable to be called. Yeah, I was labeled as a disgruntled child. That this is the guy who has all the problems in the world with all the programs, and here he is raising his voices and making an ominous episode about DB. See, up jokes apart, I was lucky enough. I'm not exactly lucky enough, but I landed myself an opportunity at an MNC right after my MBA. I spent a good 7 8 months in the pursuit of trying to convert it into a bigger package. Precisely what was the agreement when I had joined. But sadly, I was asked to complete my probation with. I was asked to extend my probation with 6 more months, which is when all hell broke loose and I had to part ways with that MNC. After which, I currently work at a not exactly a startup, but at an up and coming organization. And again, I'm in the research and consulting field, but this time I'm on the back end. I'm more on the operations side. So it's been a journey of two different ends. But all I would say is that each of these experiences they remind me of the kind of idealistic confirmation that I had practiced back in my UG and my MBA. I recall crying every single day during my MBA that, oh, I'm not supposed to be giving into the capitalist paradox. I'm not supposed to be giving into the stereotype. I'm not supposed to be going out there and, conforming myself to everything that is socially relevant. I'm supposed to carve a path of my own. I'm supposed to have my own sense of meaning, my own definition of meaning. But sadly, that's not been the case with the kind of pursuits that I've headed into and the way my life is currently headed. In fact, I had to narrate this amazing experience. So, yesterday in the night, I was really bogged down by the idea that, okay, where is my life headed? I'm about to turn 25 in almost 5 to 6 months, and here I am not knowing where my career is headed, not having any, what do you call, backbone to fall upon. I'm only envious of all those people who are making it big. I know I have it in me, but I'm not up there yet at the apex. All these things are bothering me. And then within the next hour, I'm not sure how did this happen. I was called at the CW's office, and that guy tells me, Kripal, hi. It was not exactly high. It was not a very welcoming conversation, but आपके ऊपर complaints बहुत सारे आ रहे हैं. And I was like shell shocked. All of these woozy, wazi, fugazi, that, oh, I'm a communicator, a public speaker. I go out there and make a mark. I confront people. All of that vanished. Kaise complaints? And then he tells ki, this is the issue. And you would lose your shit if you get to hear what the issue was. I had a mandatory week off on one of the days where nobody else was available to take up my responsibility. So I told that finding a replacement, that apparently was an issue. Why? Because the management said that, oh, we have a lot of trust in you, we have a lot of faith in you that you will rise up to the occasion and take up the responsibility. But here you are making our works even tougher. Now, at the back of my mind, I was extremely hurt. And this is very funny. This is strangely funny because each one of my experiences in the corporate, whenever there is something that goes south, whenever there is something that doesn't go as per my expectations, I start reminding myself as to how different my life could have been, as to how I've been leading a life of abysmal failures, a life of absolute misalignments with whatever my intentions were, whatever my thoughts and plans and objectives were. And I keep reminding myself, oh, this is happening. And you know what this life could have been? You getting me? So you're in a situation where you're not having a very comfortable time. You get exactly reminded at that moment that life could have been extremely different had I taken those choices, had I built on those choices. I get a lot of hate for this. A lot of people troll me for this as well. But Geraya is decent film where Siddhant has one of these lines that life is all about choices. That you might say that, oh, all of this, that you're going out there trying to make a mark for yourself, but unless you choose the right kind of choice, you're not going to make the mark. And this also struck me when I was, what do you call, surprisingly hearing one of Nikhil Kamat's speeches that he was giving in the presence of Mukesh Ambani. So personally, I'm not fond of Nikhil Kamath. I absolutely hate him. Hate is a very strong word. I absolutely dislike him. I think that uh, he's hollow. That's what I feel essentially. One, because I've already held a recording done with him. Two, because I've seen him cheat at the Vishwanathan Thalan chess charity match. And three, in general as well, the way he speaks. I feel the air quality of India has a definite problem. What do you think, House? So, but in one of his speeches, he made a statement that life is not all about hard work. That is the statement that we keep giving ourselves to convince our ego that the reason we failed is because of hard work. Turns out he made a very valid remark. This is what I've been doing throughout my life. Okay, I'm at a job that sucks. What do I tell myself? कि भोसड़ी के दोनों कि you didn't work hard enough. You're not at a certain pedestal in your career. You're not at a certain position in your career because you didn't work harder. You didn't make the right choices. That is the reason you're suffering. So I've been telling that to myself. But then I look at the kind of people who've made it big. Look at the kind of people who have phenomenal careers, excellent packages. And then I see that, holy shit, they're not on the basics or whatever they're working. And I mean, of course, this is a very generalized statement to make. But in a lot of instances, I've seen people where, they've just been getting lucky. And uh, sadly, luck has not been on my side. Or maybe I've not worked hard enough to unlock that kind of luck that stands in my place. So probably I have a long journey to make. And if it's ways, talking of Gatsby's Gyan, I feel that there are a lot of avenues that can be explored given the fact that I have to give a couple of stats to all of you as well. We are currently sitting at 996 subscribers. We are almost about to hit 1,000. And we've almost completed 100,000 views and 6,000 watching hours. So this is a big feat for somebody who's done all his recording with a potato PC from 2015 with a 800 rupees ki Zebronics wali mic and a Redmi Note 12 Pro 5G. Why did I have to mention 5G? So yeah, but it's been a, what do you call, a wild ride. What started off as a very um, I don't know, what started off as a simple rebellion against the organization that he was a part of went on to formulate into a beautiful FBA series, and then a lot of people DMing me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on not exactly on WhatsApp, but in the comment section as well. Bro, this is good work and all of that. But, it's been heartwarming. It's been extremely heartwarming. But moving ahead, if I had to sort of give direction to whatever my pursuits or whatever my discussions with regard to exchanging ideas, with regard to having conversations, that I'd like to do something in the venture capital space, something in the VC space, like um, structuring people's aspirations of making their startups fully functional. One, two, the methods of raising finance. Three, exploring what works in the VC space. How does it? How does an idea get discriminated? What is the point of discrimination between a phenomenal idea and an idea that is squashed under the table? So these are my priorities for the coming time. But again, it's a difficult space to crack. I've tried a few things in the past as well. I've tried reaching out to startup firms. I almost done a couple of episodes with international grads from Harvard and Stanford. But I don't know, maybe I was not adept enough to sort of manage their times, or things fell off. Or for some reason, things didn't happen. So yeah, this is pretty much it for a short, quick update. I would say that and another thing that I keep doing across a lot of places is that I'm looking for a team. I'm looking for anybody with regard to, any individual, any person who's currently working or probably preparing for his MBA examination, or wants to explore the podcasting space, who wants to get his hands dirty with content creation, meaningful content creation, not lagaing thumka or making all those, what do you call, cut, copy, paste wali reels, putting his mind, making content which is not just visually appealing, but makes an impression on the readers, on the viewer's mind. But okay, this is something that the person is voluntarily putting an effort into. That he's crafting a reel not just out of the purpose of making it viral, but by the purpose of making a statement. So yeah, if any one of you watching this video, or if this comes to you by any chance and you are what do you call, drawn into all such avenues where you want to explore content creation in a meaningful way, not given to the hashtags and what do you call, strategies, then yeah, I'm all up for it. I'm looking for a team. I'm currently based out of Gurgaon, sector 62 as they call it, and I have quite a lot of time in my hands, and I'm wanting to explore all of this. I wanted to not just go professional, but take it a step ahead. Of course, this shirt, this mic, the background, all of this doesn't look professional. The audio is, of course, screamed by Adobe Podcast. But yeah, so I'm wanting to explore, build, and see where things take us. Apart from that, if there's anything you want me to record a video on, any college, any person that you want me to speak with, or any other what do you call experiences that you want me to talk about, I'll be more than happy to. Just a quick update as well. I've done a couple of treks in the past couple of months as well. I made it to Triun trek, which is somewhere around 10,000 feet elevation, and I made it to Chandrashila trek as well, which is of course higher at 14,000 feet above mean sea level, and it also has the world's highest Shiv mandir, Tungnath mandir. So I made it to a couple of trek points, and I'm also planning on making it to the Valley of Flowers trek, the Hemkund Sahib trek, but let's see how it all shapes up. Solo traveling and all is as well an enriching experience. Something that I would always ask people to sort of go out there and make trips and make it happen. This is what the entire objective of life is: going out there, exploring and expressing yourself. Is what I feel. Yeah, uh, wonderfully happy that I finally sought to sort of record a video and get back to this platform. But I'd say that I want to create that specific mechanism that I had in my MBA, that every week I target one college, one individual, and I was extremely consistent. I was on that LinkedIn space where every post of mine had at least 1 lakh impressions. That is the space that I want to get back to. Of course, it's easier said than done. But when I look at the kind of people that are going viral, all of these LinkedIn creators, of course, I can't take names, but all they do is repost their own garbage and rebrand it. The- these are the kind of doldrums that you find yourself in when you're active on LinkedIn. That everybody is just going out there and mincing it out of the what do you call algorithm. They don't care about anything else. So yeah, let's see what I care about. And it's 2 a.m. in the night, almost 2:25, and that's pretty much it. Signing off. Gatsby.